Hi, my name is Dr. Tolu, and in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about 5 steps that you can take to reduce your risk of suddenly slumping and dying. Now, in the previous video, I've discussed the 5 common reasons why people experience sudden death, right? So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the steps that you can take to reduce your risk of suddenly slumping and or dying. Right now, before I go on, if you like what I have to say, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment for me telling me how useful you found this video, or if you have a topic you'd like me to discuss in the future on my YouTube channel. And also share this video with family and friends, especially if you found it useful and you want them to have the information that's provided in this video. So guys, without much ado, let's begin. First thing I'm going to be talking about, and the first step that I think everyone should take to reduce risk of sudden death, is to see your healthcare provider regularly. And this is important for a variety of reasons. For those of you who are apparently perfectly healthy, it's important so that your doctor or your healthcare provider can keep an eye on you, on your vital signs, take a clinical history, examine you, ask based on what you've said and what science doctor may have elicited when examining you. They ask you to do a couple of tests or just do some routine tests just to check maybe your blood parameters, some imaging tests to make sure that you are fine. Right? Because it's very possible that you may look fine, but there may be something going on in your body that may lead to health problems later on. And that's why it's important. Preventive medicine is important. Right? Now, for those who already have existing medical conditions like hypertension, diabetes, sickle cell disease, or maybe even a rare genetic condition like Marfan syndrome, some of these things I've mentioned are conditions that can increase the risk of sudden death. And so, having regular visits to your doctor or your healthcare provider just to find out how well you are coping with this medical condition that you have, and to see maybe your medications are working just fine for you, or if they need to switch your medications or add something to your medication, to find out if maybe you are coming down with side effects from your meds. This is really important, right? Because many times, due to maybe poor monitoring, some people with medical conditions later start having complications that they should not be having. So all in all, if there's any take home for you from this point, is to see your doctor regularly. And that brings me to number 2 on my list, which is something that I think everybody should be doing, even if you are not afraid of sudden death, right? And that is eating properly and staying physically active. These two, personally, I think go hand in hand, right? Because eating properly helps to give your body the best kind of fuel that it needs to carry out your activities, and then exercise or staying physically active helps to keep your body, like the name suggests, physically active. Like, and these two go hand in hand and can have a synergistically beneficial effect when done properly. For those who maybe are not eating the right kind of food, maybe eating foods that are rich in bad fat. I mean, when we're thinking of people with high cholesterol levels, to a certain extent, it's linked to poor diet, right? Or maybe we're thinking of people who consume huge amounts of salt in the food that they eat. That in and of itself can increase your risk of developing hypertension. Or maybe even other conditions like hyperlipidemia, whatever it is very possible that eating the right kind of food can help to reduce your risk or the severity of this medical condition, which in turn can serve as a protective factor of some sort that reduces your risk of sudden death. It is always a good decision to eat right and to stay physically active. You don't have to go to the gym and lift heavy weights to stay physically active. Taking a walk instead of taking the weights up. Going for a run first thing in the morning. Doing exercise that is suitable for you, suitable for your lifestyle, but ensuring that you are staying active and eating right. It's very important, guys. Number 3 on my list is for those who smoke, right? And that is for you to do your best to keep the habit. It's very important because we already know that smoking tobacco has been linked with so many types of cancer. And that's just when we're talking about cancer. It's also linked to different kinds of health problems, many of which are the ones that I've listed in the earlier video as common causes of sudden death. So, to the extent to which you can, and one thing I would like to say about curbing the habit and stopping smoking, that's smoking, especially I'm focusing more on smoking tobacco. And a lot of people try to do it by themselves. Just say, wake up in the morning and say, okay, I'm going to stop. It's really difficult to stop that way because already there's an addictive component to smoking. And so your brain craves it. So to try to stop suddenly might be impossible or near impossible for a lot of people. And that's why you will need help. What our advice is to look for smoking cessation services in your vicinity, near you, and to engage their services because they can make the process much more bearable and in the long run much more possible and sustainable. So number four on my list is to pay attention to your family history. Now, why is this important? Many of the conditions that increase your risk of sudden death have a family history or a genetic predisposition. Just to water that down, I would say that they have a tendency to run in families. Here's what I mean. So when you look at conditions like hypertension or conditions like diabetes, there are things that we may not know the exact cause yet, but then we see that these things run in families. Let me use hypertension as an example. Taking necessary steps to cut down on your salt intake, taking necessary steps to sleep well, taking necessary steps to use mechanisms that can help you to cope better with stress, to understand the role of medication in helping you to cope better with this health condition. So understanding your family history helps you to know what it is that runs in families, which will in turn reduce your risk of sudden death. And that brings us to the fifth thing on my list, guys. And this fifth thing is that for those who have existing medical conditions, treat existing medical conditions properly. This is very important because there are many people who have some existing medical condition like hypertension, diabetes, and they, to an extent, some people are in denial or some kind of a partial denial where maybe they don't believe that they have some of these things, and so they stop taking their medication or they stop following their doctor's advice after a while. Or some people may come under the pressure that okay, because they've used their medication for a while and their blood pressure, maybe their blood sugar, whatever it is they're treating have been controlled, then they think that okay, this means that they do not have this condition anymore and then they stop treating it. Or some people just treat it not as something important, right? Because I believe that especially for those who have some chronic medical condition, they should be treated as something important and they should be given the attention that's necessary to help to keep you in good health. But not everyone has this mindset, and that's why I'm making it the fifth point here. Right. So it's very important. If you have an existing medical condition or an existing predisposition, then taking steps to follow your doctor's orders is very, very important in your bid to reduce your risk of sudden death. Alright guys, so those are 5 things that you can do to reduce your risk of sudden death. If you like what I had to say, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment for me, let me know how useful you found this video. If you have questions for me, drop the questions in the comments. If you have constructive criticism for me, hey, I'm happy to listen to you because you guys make my content better. And also, the last thing I want to say is please share this video with your family and friends because there are people who don't have this knowledge and that's why they are not doing the right things. But with the right kind of knowledge, their chances of doing the right things, taking the right steps, and ultimately reducing their risk of sudden death are much better. So guys, thank you for listening. Bye.